Okay, so this has been presented to us to create it into 3 different options. The first one is going to be an embroidery design. We're going to convert this into embroidery stitches. And then the second is going to be a vector file. And then the third is going to be sublimation. And so the vector file would be converted into an SVG file. So we can do a heat transfer vinyl, which is very similar to a screen print. And then sublimation is going to be fused into the fabric. And so join us as we present these 3 options to the client.
Hi, this is Kandia with Kandia Haynesworth Designs, and thank you so much for joining in. You are going to watch a demonstration on how I'm going to present my services to a client. Okay, so the client submitted a logo in which needed to be embroidery digitized. It also needed to be converted into an SVG file, as well as it needed to be converted into a proper JPEG, because the quality of the logo that was originally presented was not good at all. And so we had to go in there and pretty much clean out the background and make sure that the lines were sharp, and we were able to successfully achieve that. The first option that I'm going to present to him is using his SVG file for heat transfer vinyl services. Okay, and so it has been uploaded to the Cricut design space, and it has also been reduced to the size that I would like it to be. Now all I have to do is send it to the second part of the software by clicking that button that said make it, because I want to tell the computer that I am ready. And so on this page, which is the Cricut mat, I need to tell the software that we need this logo reversed. So I am just going to click on that mirror, and it is going to flip the logo. Next, I'm going to click on continue, and then it's going to recognize that my Cricut Maker is plugged up, and it's going to tell me the next 3 steps before cutting. So the first step is going to ask me, what am I doing? And I am actually cutting this on vinyl or iron on, but I'm going to click on vinyl. And then it is going to prompt me to step number 2. So it's going to tell me exactly the blade that I need. And it's telling me that I don't need clamp A blade, because that area is usually for the pens. And it's telling me to make sure that I have the fine point blade loaded, which is already into the Cricut Maker. And then it's telling me to load the mat and press the button just to make sure that it is loaded properly. Okay, and so I am going to do that, and then I'll meet you back here for the next process. Okay, so we have sent the design to the Cricut Maker, and as you can see, it is 60% complete. And when it is closer to 100, I will go over to the machine and wait for it to complete. Okay, so I have taken my little tool and fit it in between the carrier and the vinyl, the heat transfer. And I'm just actually weeding it, not weaning, weeding it. I don't know, I keep saying weaning. And this is a little bit easier. It doesn't have small little letters or numbers like my logo. And so this process was much easier. And I have a heavy hand, and I have to learn that this is a soft vinyl, so I can't be so rough and tough with it. But overall, this particular logo was very easy to weed out. As you can see, no problems. Okay, and so even for the little areas that I will have to use my tool, like for the Z in this design, it's not going to be hard at all. I just want to make sure that you're getting that. And so I'm doing the Z, and it's just coming up very easy. And then I have an area right here. Let's see. And then another area right here, and then we should be good. Alright, and so once again, this logo was flipped over and cut out in the reverse, but overall it looks like this. And I am using the Caesar brand Easy Weed, and this is their electronic blue. no, electric blue. Okay, and then I'm going to take this over to my heat press where we are going to be putting this on a t-shirt. Okay, so I've already mounted my t-shirt with the foam, and I have already pre-pressed it to make sure that the moisture is out. And I've already aligned the design onto a woman's gray tank top. All right, and I'm going to put my Teflon sheet over, slide it into the heat press, and press it down while I grab my gloves and put my gloves on. All right, and so my machine is set at 330 degrees. I don't know why I can't talk. And at 30 seconds, okay? And so as it counts down, I am just going to prepare to quickly remove the Teflon sheet and the transfer or the carry and transfer sheet. All right, and so we are counted down, and it is ready. I'm just going to slide it out, remove the Teflon sheet, as well as remove my glove because I won't be able to grab it with the glove on. And then I'm going to apply the Teflon sheet again and then seal it in place. And so I'm just going to press it a second time for about maybe 10-15 seconds. It doesn't need that much time as the first press. We're just sealing it in place. And now I am down to about 10 seconds in. And so taking it off. And the first option for his logo is complete. Okay, so stay tuned for option number 2. Okay, so for option number 2, it will be presented in an embroidery design, and his logo have been embroidery digitized, and I have uploaded it to the Sew What Pro program where I am going to change the overall size of this design. And so first I need to change this frame that it is set to. I'm just going to just change the direction of the frame pretty much, and then I am going to increase the size. And I want to increase it by, let's say, 50%, 150%. And then that's still a little bit too small, so I'm going to increase the size a little bit more, but this time just by 20%. And let's see. All right, and that's actually just a little bit too big. And so I'm going to go back down to increase size of 150%. And then I'm just going to increase it by like 15%. And that should, yeah, fit inside of the 5x7 frame precisely. I would like to increase the size of the height, and typically they don't recommend that you pull the design, but I'm going to pull it, and then I'm going to just adjust here so it won't be off too much. Okay, and then what I like to do now is I like to give it an overall stitch out, just to see how it's going to look. And I really love this feature about Sew What Pro. This feature in Sew What Pro program, I was going to say. And I hope that's not too loud. And basically, this just gives you an idea of how this is going to look. And so even though it does appear a little bit, I don't want to say sketchy, but it doesn't appear solid, I'm going to go with it because I am going to use that top cover that I recommended from embroideryonline.com. And once again, I will put the link below. And if you want to see exactly, you know, comparison of how this top cover work, I will post that video down below as well. So now I'm going to save this and then upload it to my embroidery machine. And so we're going to save it just overall the original, or actually maybe I will increase the size so this way I know what it is. 5x7. Okay, and I'm going to save it. And so now I'm just going to meet you over at my embroidery machine where I will have it uploaded and the item that I am going to present it to him on the machine. Okay, so we are on the final letter of the Keys logo, and as you can see, the pillowcase is already uploaded, and I am using that top cover from embroideryonline.com, as well as the masking tape that can be purchased at candiahaynesworth.com, and both links will be below. So even though the embroidery design appeared to be a little bit sketchy in the Sew What Pro program after it presented a stitch out, again, the top cover works wonders, okay? And I was confident that it would do exactly what it's doing. It would be okay. And if you look closely, you do not see any kind of sketchiness going on here because it is preventing that, excuse me. And so I am very pleased thus far, and the machine is stating that I have about maybe 6 minutes left to this completion of this embroidery design logo, and thereafter Okay, so we are moving on to the final option, which is going to be sublimation. And as you can see here, we've blown up the hand-drawn logo, and you may see the jagged edges, but the sublimation printer does not pick that up. Now, for this logo, we had to create a JPEG and a PDF file for the sublimation printer to pick it up. And we are using the Sawgrass SG800. And so it is actually called the Sawgrass Virtuoso SG800. And I actually love this printer because the quality is so perfect. Okay, and so the next thing that we need to do is we need to go into edit and create, and you'll have to find this setting on your computer because I find that each computer has a different way of presenting this, and I am going to click on flip. Your computer may have mirror or reverse, but it is the same thing. You cannot print on the sublimation printer when it's upright. Otherwise, when you go to sublimate the image, it's going to be backwards. Okay, and so I'm going to click on done, and I'm going to save this to my computer, and then I'm going to go and click on the printer icon. And yes, once again, we are using the Sawgrass SG800, and once again, that is the Sawgrass Virtuoso SG800. Okay, so I'm going to print this out, and I am going to take this sublimated image over to the heat press, the mug press that is, and I'm going to put this image on a mug, and I will meet you back with all options that we will be presenting to the client. And so the client presented to us a hand-drawn logo for his brand development package. At Kandia Haynesworth Designs, brand development packages are generally $315. Now, this client did pay a little bit more because he required a little bit more. His logo, once it was uploaded to our computers, was in poor quality. And so a series of revisions had to be made to get it to where we need it to be so we could produce high-quality items. However, this package can be reduced if you don't need all of the services that are included. And so if you need 2 out of the 3 or you need 1 out of the 3, then the price of this package would be reduced according to your needs. Ideally, here's what's included in the brand development package: embroidery digitization. This is the process of taking your image and converting it into embroidery stitches. We also make a vector art file for you. This is taking your image and making it into a cutting file so we can cut out your image on vinyl or wood or wherever you need it to be cut out on. We also take your image and make a PDF file, and this is for the sublimation process. Here's what else is included. You're going to get all of these files, and so we're not holding on to them, okay? And so the SVG file, which is your cutting file, you can either buy your own cutting machine in the future and you can start cutting your own things out, or you can hire us, obviously, to do certain samples and things for you, or you can go to someone else. But we're not holding on to this. Once you pay us for this service, it is yours. And then the embroidered digitized file. You also go going to get that. So if you are going to invest in an embroidery machine, or you move and you want to hire another embroiderer, you have that file. You don't have to pay for this all over again. And you're going to get that PDF so you can post your logo on your letterheads and website, and so you'll have this file for you, and it will be a nice clean cut file. And so what else you're going to get? You're going to get those 4 samples. All right, now these samples are everyday promotional items that you can use. These are going to be things that you can use as props, you can use as giveaways, and it includes a t-shirt, an umbrella, a mug, and a towel. And so the best part about it is we also have an agreement in place for you. Yes, I know people get a little bit nervous about contracts, but you need it, because you need to know that our promise is that we are not going to reproduce your logo on items and sell them without your permission. We will not do that. And so regardless to if you stay with us and have us make your promo items, or if you move on, we make that agreement with you that we will not do anything, dishonest, and we promise. So we will put it in an agreement. And the best part of it all is that starting your own brand at Kandia Haynesworth Designs is very easy. And guess what? There are no minimum orders. Reason being is because with the package, you are getting items with your logo reproduced on it. So there's no need to order. There's no minimum order because you're getting items and the goods from the start. And we deliver in 7 days or less. Okay, so you can't get any better than that. Not only are you going to get the files, you're going to get the samples, you're going to get the contract, you're going to get all of this in 7 days or less. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. And don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified when I post videos. And I want to hear what you have to say. If you are a person who are thinking about starting your own brand, post a comment below, or you can come visit me at KandiaHaynesworth.com on Facebook, or you can stop by my Instagram page at Kandia Haynesworth. And until then, I will see you next time.